Welcome back. This is still the Polity reaching you live from Abuja. The court there has gone on a recess. I've been joined now by Mr. Aliyu Audu Shuaib to do some justice to what we've heard so far. The last time we were here was with Francis Adeni, and we're speaking about the APM's case being dismissed. So we'll start with that and then move on to some ruling we've seen on Peter Obi and the Labour Party so far. Mr. Aliyu.
Yeah.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I'd like to get your thoughts so far as to the process.
Yeah, I think I will start to commend the unity of Nigerian first, and also the judges for doing justice to what is deserved, and then to even give orders that lost to this petition to have the mind and have the country at heart, so that we can move forward. There must be always a winner and a loser in any game, and then we should not take politics as just the end. We are all citizens of Nigeria. The country belongs to us, and whatever comes good, whether you are in power or not, any contribution you make will be written with your name, and then will be considered as one of your achievements in the nation. So I am calling on the petitioners to just take it at a sportsmanship understanding. Tomorrow is another day, and then they should go back and look into what they filed and their legal advisors, how do they advise them, particularly in the next future, like this of the APM ruling, which was based on the section 65, 131 and 137. Is a pre-election matter and was brought to the election tribunal, and that has been heard in the Supreme Court some days back, which it was adjudicated properly, and then the judges based their argument on that this is a matter that has been already been ruled before even coming to petition, but due to the intents of the nation, they have to collect the petition and go through it, so that they will give it a proper fair hearing. So that is what I see in it. So we should just accept the verdict of the ruling, of the judgment per se, and also give the necessary support. We can contribute our own quota in every aspect we are. Not necessarily we must be there.
All right. You actually started on a note that I would have liked us to end on, which is admonition and advice to people on how to, move forward while considering the country. Yeah. But let's talk about, still on the issues, the process, just before the recess, some of the issues raised. One included the court saying or holding that Peter Obi and the Labour Party did not adequately prove that they scored more than they did, and they were not specific enough. Is this how you saw all these things going? Because there were speculations left and right before the actual, process, and people said, well, this case is going to be dismissed, this case is going to stand, and so on and so forth. Did you see things playing out like this?
Yeah, even before the judges came to conclusion, we have discussed in many forums, even though the case it has been sub judice. We use our informal way and then seek for further advices from some legal counsels on how do they perceive the issue. They raised some issues with which was determined by the court, like the LP petition on the malpractice in most polling unit, but not prove any malpractice in any polling unit. This is one of the issue. They raised many allegations that they have been manipulated in many polling unit, whichever you assert, you must prove it, which I think the court says they couldn't prove that. The second issue in the Labour petition is the allegation they didn't have any specific material fact to prove their case. This was the second basis that I learned in it. The third one is the Labour Party failed to specifically particularly failed to specifically file the specific polling particulars of polling unit where election irregularities took place, as they are claiming. So the court came now and tell the country that this is what is going on. Before, we are not that fully informed about how they went on. But as you always know, judgment is just like a pregnant woman. You may think this is the way, but when you go to the law, it could not be that. You may assert something that physically, and then people will be saying it is that. But when you come in, when it was put into the law, and then it has been properly examined, you will see they file it on a basis where it has already been given a section that takes care of such things. When you assert such thing, you have to prove it. So I think this is on this basis is what the judges take place on. The fourth issue is about the vote, as you rightly said. Some say that the figures deducted from their vote in the presidential tribunal and declared. So the vote there, to show the figures deducted from their vote, become another issue, according to what I hear some of the reporters behind the scene on in the appeal court there we are saying. So when I understand, what we understand here is there are a lot of things that we the youth and the country did not understand. I got an experience in this present thing that happened just an hour or 30 minutes ago. That as a politician, it is advisable for you yourself to know the nitty-gritty of the law, starting from your constitutional right from the political party, the Electoral Act, and the Constitution of Federal Republic of Nigeria yourself, before venturing into any petition against any candidate in the country. So this is what I have in mind. So, and it has come to play to the real scene.
All right, that's fair enough. Maybe this is why a lot of politicians consider getting law degrees. We have a lot of lawyers who have become politicians, a lot of lawyers who aspire to be politicians. But let's just end on this note, because I have word now that the recess will soon be over. So let's end on the way, what you think is to come. Do you see this going to the Supreme Court? And also, what do you think this will do for our electoral process going forward? Some issues that are set to be resolved, do you think they will have significant impact going forward? Imagine, you know, they are yet to give final judgment on the 25% issue. But assuming they were to rule a certain way, would it mean that politicians now have to campaign twice as much in Abuja because it has twice the votes or thereabouts? This is just under assumption. But anyway, how do you think everything could pan out?
Yeah, if I get you right, the election was keenly contested, and then the politicians themselves, as you said, that is why they went to study law and the rest. So the first point I would like to talk about it about the 25% you mentioned in FCT. FCT, I think, is also a state in Nigeria.
It is like a state.
It's like a state. Yeah. Okay, when I say KAFTAN TV is like TVC, what do I mean?
I don't know. Perhaps you can round it up for me. What is the conclusion there?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we have many television stations in Nigeria, and KAFTAN TV is one of them. So does that mean KAFTAN TV is not a television station? So it has an equal right as other states. So to me, I don't think giving it other television stations more priority than KAFTAN TV will sort things out, because all they have the same license and in the same place. And FCT is situated in Nigeria and is also mentioned as one of the states to become 37. We have 36 states. and FCT 37, including FCT. So the law, as I said earlier, is just like a pregnant woman. Let those in the power and those legal luminaries do justice to it, and then bring it plainly for the understanding of the common one, the status of the FCT.
All right, thank you so much, Comrade Aliyu. It's been great having you. We'll have to cut it off now and head back to the courts. I think it's gone on for quite a while, much longer than some persons expected. But the courts will be back now, and they will bring to us the rest of the judgment. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
All right, we'll go to the courts now.